Good morning, friends. Happy Tuesday. I know I said I was going to do these lives at a really weird time, but here I am. So this is going to be the intro to this series, and I'm just going to go very basic into who I am, what I do, why I do it, a little bit of background, and then next week's episode, I'll pick a specific piece of my life and go into that and so on. So hi, hello. For those of you who don't know me, I am Juana Navarro. Both my pages have my name. I'm not hiding from anyone. I was born 1981 in Miami, Florida. That makes me 42. I'll be 43 in October. My biological mother had 4 kids, of which I'm the oldest. My mom that raised me had 3 kids, of which I'm the oldest, so I say I'm the oldest of 7. Fully bilingual, speak fluently Spanish and English, can read, write, all of the above. I also know some sign language. That was my language in high school. I used to be very fluent, probably nowhere near fluent these days. What else? I moved to New York in 2011, and I have been here since. Life's hard, especially in a state where you're by yourself. And so there is going to be a lot for me to share throughout the weeks with you guys on this series of Who is Juana. But again, today is going to be very high level, very basic, like details. I am legally married, but I am very much single. I live alone. I don't have kids. I don't have pets. I have 2 plants that I'm trying to learn to nurture. They keep kind of dying, but I don't know nothing about no plants. So I'm learning. I love flowers. Tulips are my favorite. Purple is my favorite color. So if you find purple or white tulips, like, get them, because I'm a fucking love you. I have a potty mouth. Trying to work on that because that's not very godly, and that's just the facts. What else? Growing up, my mom was Catholic and into Santeria. Really wasn't my jam, but I saw a lot of things and I fear a lot of things. But I know God is mighty and powerful, and I used to go to a Christian Pentecostal church to get the demons out of my mom. I was a kid, okay? I didn't know any better. But listen, my mom was always rolling around on the floor. It made me really think she had demons. You know when they pray for you and they're like if you ever went to a Pentecostal church, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, the pastor would pray for you and put his hands like on your forehead, and like you would like fade to the ground, start rolling around, speaking in God knows what language. And back then, I don't know if that's really a true thing, because I go to church now and that doesn't happen. Still Christian, it's just not Pentecostal. We really thought that that was happening because there was demons inside them, okay? I don't know if that's accurate or we just didn't know any better, but that's what we thought. And so throughout my entire life, I've gone to and from church, on and off, different times of my life, which I will go into details, So God is very much something I'm trying to bring back into my life, and trust me when I say we will go deep into that towards the end of this series, just because that is my future, and I want to go through basic, past, present, and where I'm going in this series. What else? So just know there will be a lot of God conversation, okay? I've abused drugs. Having parents that were both alcoholic and or drug addicts didn't give us the best examples growing up. So I have experimented with multiple drugs. I can say today that I don't do any drugs, except for alcohol, because technically that is a drug. And that is a struggle that I'm battling, which I will go in depth as well. I will have a whole episode just on that. And I'm trying to give it up. Not give it up as in never drink, but give it up as in I can have an occasional glass of wine and that's it. I don't need to drink the whole bottle. I don't need to get drunk. Like, that's not the goal. The goal is to be a responsible adult, and getting drunk is not a responsible adult. What else? I have been pretty bottom heavy, and if you don't know what that means, meaning even when I was in high school, I was small on the top and I had a big butt and legs. I was in high school 150 pounds, wearing a size 12 bottom, because I just have been fully developed from the waist down forever. So needless to say, I've struggled with my weight almost all my life. My mom that raised me, bless her soul, she's amazing. She was obese as well, so she always was experimenting with diets. And because of my size, I was always experimenting with diets as well. And a big portion of my life will be weight loss, because I've had weight loss surgery, I've had skin removal, I've lost weight, I've gained weight, so I sell weight loss products. So there will be a huge portion of this also dedicated to weight loss. So just stay tuned to that. I'm a workaholic, and it's sad because I'd rather work my butt off for someone else, which is really hard for me to say that because I run 2 businesses, right? And I have affiliate links, and I have platforms where I can make money just for promoting them, right? But currently, because I'm going to work on that as well, I lack the determination to do the work for myself, where I could go to my job and kick ass. And I'm a very very A personality at work. Like, this is how it's going to get done. This is what we're going to do. I'm very direct, very assertive, very boss-like. But in my personal businesses, I was like, if I get it done, I get it done. Very much a B personality. Like, not as assertive, not as aggressive, not as direct, not as determined when it comes to my own businesses. And so I need to work on that, because my businesses are making millionaires and I'm sitting on this to work for someone else. So we're going to touch on that. Not so much on me selling you my products or anything like that, but on the opportunities that exist that we're sleeping on, right? What else? I love working out. During COVID, I was working out 3 times a day. I was in my best freaking shape ever. Almost had abs. Which for someone that struggled with their weight their entire life, I would have never, ever, ever, ever thought I would have abs, okay? But I was this close. And then everything opened up. What else? What else can I touch on to give you guys an idea of what to expect on this? I love very hard and maybe too easy. And it sets me up for a lot of heartbreaks. And I don't just mean in relationships. I also mean with friendships. Because even though I've been hurt a million times, heartbroken a million times, by family, by friends, by lovers, I trust and give 100% of me immediately. And then I end up screwed in a way, right? Like, I can count with one hand how many people I can depend on as far as friends. Because I'm a girl, and this is gonna sound messed up, but girls are shady. Girls are shady. Like, the things I find out about people that were my friends that they did behind my back when they were my friends, I'm like shook, okay? But again, I'm like that with my personal life also, like with guys. I like love immediately, and it's like crazy that you can be, but in my heart, right? And again, I said that there was going to be a lot of God talk here. God tells you to trust, God tells you to love, right? And so I do that. I trust 100%. I love 100%. And maybe very fast, which kind of sucks, because a week later it's like, okay, that's it. Like, we're done. And I'm like, wait, what happened? Where did it go wrong? Or like, what didn't work? And in parts could be that I'm too much too fast, right? Because I'm going to take ownership. But the not knowing why, like, drives me insane. And I could be a little crazy when I don't know certain things. But again, we'll talk about that at a later time. Just know that if you have me in your life, you can trust me with your eyes closed and know that you are loved, even if I don't tell you. I don't know what else to share with you guys or to include in this session. I don't know. You guys are gonna have to tell me in the comments what else you would want to know about me so that I could include it in the series. This is just get to know Juana, like in, out, all the above. I am sitting in my bed, but I have a blurry background. Also, I have no good lighting in anywhere of my house. My friend / mentor tells me all the time, you need better lighting. This is as good as it gets, okay? Like, I think the bathroom has the best lighting, but there's no way I'm gonna sit in my bathroom to do these lives. It just doesn't make sense. So I think it's gonna come from my bed every time, or maybe I'm gonna find a spot in the living room. I don't know yet. I don't know. So again, I think that's all I've got for you guys today as far as intro and what to expect in this series. Anything else that I didn't touch on that you guys want to see about me, make sure you drop it in the comments. I am going to save the live so you guys have access to it. And I look forward, and I am scared shitless, believe it or not. I was going to do these episodes at 3 a.m. because I know that no one's up at that time. And for some reason, my brain just turns on at that time. And so I was just going to randomly, one day out of the week where I'm up at 3 a.m, do these. But today I was up at 4:45, and I said, you know what, I'm just going to do this intro at 5 a.m. Hopefully some people see it and will want to tune in, even if they just catch the replays. Because again, I plan to record at 3 a.m. I do live in New York currently. I'm not going to say where because some of y'all are weirdos. I work in Manhattan. I'll give you guys that. I'm in the city Monday through Friday. Yeah, so I look forward to you guys enjoying the series. I look forward to sharing all about me, who I am, what I do, why I do it, where I've been, what I'm doing, and where I'm going. It would include a lot of me. It would include a lot of God. It would literally bring you into my life in a way that I haven't done in the past. And I just hope that you guys enjoy it. So it was amazing talking to you guys this morning, and I look forward to talking to you next week.